Hey people of VC, it's Andy Cloudy Milder. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? Not a long time in the grand scale of things, but given at the start of the year I was doing 2 videos at least a week, I thought I'd back off and have a little bit of a break and recharge. And I've been assessing how I'm going to manage my collection going forward, given the space I'm running out of, and I've got some other projects on the house and things, so I've got to manage my expenses a little more tightly. So I'm trying to move to a model now where I'm only buying new stuff out of the proceeds of stuff I'm selling on eBay. So it's giving me a chance to curate my collection, and it's going well so far. So thanks to those of you who did reach out. I was surprised really that people would miss seeing my lovely face on a regular basis. So if you are one of those people that reached out and asked me if everything was all right, yes, it is. Thank you for your thoughts. Very nice. Let's show some records though, shall we? I have got, 7 or so to show today. Mixture of metal, thrash, power metal, if you like. But let's start off with another one of my favourite genres, stoner. This is the only one, so if you're not a stoner person, don't worry about it. And you got the light today is blinding. It's like a scene from an Alien Reduction behind me at the moment. It certainly doesn't look as bright when I turn around, but on camera. So apologies for that. Well, not like I can do much about sunshine, apart from show records. There we go. So this is Valkyrie Fear. Came out last year. Amazing artwork on that. I'll take it out the shrinking bit so you can see better, but I wanted to keep it on to not shrink the outer sleeve. I want to get on so I could read the hype to you guys. So this is Valkyrie Fear. It's Virginia heavy rockers Valkyrie return with a authentic, riff-driven and utterly catchy new album. And I couldn't describe it better, so I thought I would read it out to you as they described it. There goes the download card. Let's not worry about that. So there you get a better chance to have a look at this amazing artwork on the album. Their previous album came out 5 years ago, Shadows, and they've carried on the theme of the crows on there as well. I was expecting a massive amount from this album because I love Shadows. It's one of my favourite stoner metal albums, and so this took me a little while to get into, because while it wasn't bad, it didn't grab me the same way that Shadows did. So I had to kind of sit down and find time to listen to it and appreciate it for what it is, and it's not Shadows 2, and that's probably a good thing as well. So Valkyrie is Pete Adams' band. You might know Pete's name from Baroness. He was the guitarist. I think he left a few years ago now, and his brother Jake. So they're the shredlords involved in this, and there is certainly some damn fine shredding in this. The rest of the band is Alan Ferry and Warren Hawkins. So you get infectious stoner groove metal with this. During the sung parts, the songs tend to be a bit slower or mid-pace, but then between the verses and the chorus or what have you, it really comes to life, and some of the solos on here absolutely amazing. So if you like your shredding and your infectious groovy riffs, then certainly check out Valkyrie. I would probably check out Shadows before this one, but this one is still good in its own right. Melodic stoner, light on the heavy fuzz, but it is there. It's definitely a stoner metal album. Songs to check out: Feeling So Low, Fear and Sacrifice, and Brings You Down. Nice inner credits, band details and lyrics, and on just plain black wax. There's your label. Next up, we are going to some progressive, technical, relentless, without being repetitive, thrash metal. The debut album from Vektor, originally released in 2009. This is the 2015 Earache reissue. and this album is a blinder. It's a double album, however there are only, what, 9 songs on it. There are 3 over 10 minutes. Forest of the Legend, I mean, if you're going to do a 10-minute song, you've got to keep it interesting all the way through. Forest of the Legend, they do that perfectly. It's got pace changes, it's got mood swings all the way through it. Brilliant. Dark Nebula doesn't do it so much, and I kind of tire a little bit of that towards the end. But the 13-minute 31 epic accelerated universe at the end has a little bit of everything. It's thrashy, it's straight up metal, it's got sort of cosmic psychedelic sounds in there as well. It is very much a space opera, and it's a really good track, if not a very, very long track. This first side 1 and side 2, the first record, it's just amazing. I mean, I played side 1, side 2, and then I played it again and again and again and again, and it was a while before I actually got through to side 3 and side 4, so I probably don't know the last 4 songs as well as I probably should, because it's a near perfect record in its own right. If they just released that, I think it would have been an amazing success. Gatefold, sure the records don't fall out, is one of these ones that you get full benefit of when you open it lengthways. Great artwork, love the black and white sort of pen and ink drawing, is it? I don't know. Is it? I don't know, I'm not an artist. Plain black vinyl on earache. Really, really great stuff. Definitely worth checking out. This could well be my favourite Vektor album now. I would have said Terminal Redo up until I'd heard this one. Outer Isolation, I still struggle with. I've never fully clicked with it, and I think I need to go back and spend some more time with it. It's probably been a couple of years since I actually heard it, but this has whetted my appetite to go back and check it out again. Really, really good thrash metal album that isn't just thrash metal. It's, as I say, it's all over the place in its styles, and utterly, utterly brilliant. From progressive technical thrash metal, let's go for some German power metal with Unisonic. As the hype sticker tells you here, Unisonic is a band featuring Michael Kiske and Kai Hansen, ex of Halloween, reunited again. And I always thought it was their band, but having researched it a little more, the band was actually formed by Kiske and Dennis Ward, the bass player. Now, Dennis Ward and Costa Zariferu are both from Pink Cream 69. Now, Pink Cream 69 is the band that Andy Derris was in before Halloween, so it just shows how kind of incestuous all these German power metal bands are. Certainly all the ones closely linked to Halloween, and probably why they're so good. They all know each other really well. The other guy on here is Mandy Mayer from ex-Crocus and ex-Gotthard as well. Yeah, classic German Halloween-esque power metal. Dennis Ward, I say, he's the it was him and Kiske that put the band together. He is probably the main songwriter on here. I think 7 of the 11 songs he has some sort of part in writing. And when I heard the name Dennis Ward, it did sound familiar, and came to discover that he is the current bass player of Magnum. So that's where I'd heard it before. It's a single album, but we have Gatefold with a live shot of the band, and the credits are here. There is no inner, well, it's an inner sleeve rather than an inner, so I'll replace that with a polylined. But there we have lyrics and band shots, and lyrics again, and the album is on playback with Unisonic custom labels. Tracks to check out: Souls Alive, Never Too Late. Now that sounds like it could have come from the sessions from Keeper of the Seven Keys. It is bang on 80s Halloween. Fantastic song. Unisonic, the title track is really good as well. Star Rider as well. This is one of those albums that you play it through, and on the second time you play it through, you pretty much know all the choruses, and it's really, really catchy, and you're singing along to it. Kai Hansen's signature guitars, and Kisuke's vocals are absolutely spot on. Brilliant. Do check it out. I think I've got everything that Unisonic have done now, so really good to get that on vinyl in the collection. Next up, bootleg. I don't collect bootlegs really, but when I see them occasionally and they're for the right band, I pick them up. And now this has all the qualities you would expect of a bootleg. It's by Anthrax, of course. And by qualities, I mean questionable sound quality, wrong era pictures, incorrect set list, misspelled tracks, and the wrong date. This one has it all. You don't get more bootleg than this. So what is wrong with it? Well, on the front here, it says, and this is why I bought it actually, because it said it's Metal Thrashing Mad at the Arcadia Theatre, Dallas, Texas, July the 11th, 1989. And I've heard very little 1989 Anthrax. Now that's when they would have been touring with State of Euphoria, so I thought that was great. So when I saw the picture on the front, I thought that's Among the Living era, so I thought, okay. Then I looked at the set list, and there's nothing here from State of Euphoria, even though the back picture is State of Euphoria. So the first mistake is this is actually 1987. It's an FM broadcast from 1987. And in fact, I found out I've already got that one as part of the Anthrax broadcast collection, 1985 to 1993. So I'm already familiar with the show, but now I have it on vinyl. So yes, it's wrong date, not 1989. It is 87. This is the wrong era picture because this is from, what, 1989. And then we have Armed and Dangerous, track B1. It's actually Medusa. And I don't think they ever did a song called Imitation of the Libe. That's Imitation of Life. So there we go. All the classics you would expect of a bootleg in one. The only thing I would say to its credit is it's actually the sound quality isn't that bad at all. Black vinyl. There's your label. It sounds pretty good, and it's a nice sort of snapshot of Anthrax in 87 when they were really at their peak. Put that in later. Among the Living, Caught in a Mosh, Metal Thrashing Mad, I Am the Law, Madhouse, Indians, Medusa, the drum solo, AIR, God Save the Queen, Imitation of Life, Gung Ho, and Living After Midnight. But I was already familiar with this, as I said, from the CD, so that was a little bit disappointing. It wasn't State of Euphoria, but there we go. That's what you get with bootlegs. Moving on now, another live album, but this one is actually an official release on Demon Records from 2017. This is the mighty Saxon and 10 years of Denim and Leather Live 1990. This was actually recorded in Nottingham at Central Television Studios as part of their 10 years of Denim and Leather tour. It's a double album. This has been on my want list for quite some time, but I didn't want to pull the trigger because it was always been expensive, and I got a notification from Amazon one time that it came down within my price range, and I thought I'd, here we go, bright again. I thought I would just check on eBay, and I found someone selling a copy, albeit secondhand, for 10 quid. So I jumped on it. It did say it had a little bit of wear and tear. It does. It has like a bashed corner, an odd little crease on the cover, but I can live with that. The vinyl's in mint condition. The inner sleeves with some live shots. That's the record one. And it's not a gate, it's a double album, but it's not a gatefold, it's a single sleeve. And we have record 2 again, Saxon logo, a couple of pictures of Biff and the boys, But this is a really great set list. This is Saxon trying to return to their rockier sound. It was a comeback gig. They dropped most of the commercial stuff they've been doing between, what, 84 and 88. So this is full-on 80s style Saxon in 1990. All the classics are there. Heavy Metal Thunder, and the band played on 20,000 Feet, Ride Like the Wind. In fact, that's the Christopher Cross cover, isn't it? But I always think of that as a Saxon song. Motorcycle Man, Strangers in the Night, See the Light Shining. Frozen Rainbow is off the first album, and I've never clicked with that one, but it does sound great live. Strong Arm of the Law, Princess of the Night. In fact, this side here, side C, Frozen Rainbow, Strong Arm of the Law, Princess of the Night, and Wheels of Steel. It's a perfect side for a heavy metal record. Denim and Leather, The Crusader, Rockin' Again, and Back on the Streets. This is a really good live album. I was listening to it and it did feel familiar, and I looked through my CD collection and found that I did have, this is Saxon Performance, but this only has, what, 11 tracks. This goes down, same set list as before, but only goes down as far as Frozen Rainbow. So it's good to hear the full set on the vinyl. So very happy to get that one. We're going to go back to some kind of speed, slightly blackened speed, heavy metal. Don't really know where these guys fit. But this is Dungeon and Purifying Fire. I think I showed this recently in a contest entry. But I hadn't actually shown it on the channel. I don't think I'd even listened to it at that point in time. There is the band, 4-piece. So, like I say, it's Discogs classifies this as speed metal, but it's not always speedy. Sometimes it's like blackened speed metal, but sometimes it's more like a blackened heavy metal meets blackened speed metal, if that makes sense. Not as fast and furious as, say, Hellripper is, but it's gut-wrenchingly heavy nonetheless at times. The vocals have that kind of exasperated feel about them. Songs to check out: Death from Above, Queen of Sin is relentless. That's an awesome song. And Traitor's Gate is an absolute banger as well. I've just said the side A, haven't I? The whole of side A is fantastic. Traitor's Gate, great riffs. Vocals are low in the mix in this one, but the music is absolutely superb. Innocent Evil as well. It's a 6-track EP, if you want to call it that, but absolutely brilliant. The inner has the band and the lyrics, and again just on black vinyl. This was difficult to come by. I first became aware of Dungeon on the British Steel comp that came out a few years back. In fact, I'm going to talk about that album in a future video because it's been very inspirational to me. But I heard about them then, and it was one of the... I didn't click with them straight away, so I didn't rush out and look to see if they had an album. Maybe they didn't actually have an album out at the time. I don't recall now, but when I heard some of it online recently, I went out to try and find a copy, and there was no copy to be had. Bandcamp were out, and I ended up messaging the band themselves to see if they knew of any distros that had it, and they did, and I picked up a really reasonable priced copy, which was fantastic. So let's end today on a Maiden. I always like to end on a Maiden if I can. Running out of Maidens to end on because there aren't many left that I haven't got, but I was delighted to finally get Maiden England 88, the double vinyl picture disc, for a price that I was willing to pay for it. Again, it was an Amazon purchase, and they finally came down to a nice low price. Otherwise it was around sort of £30, and I don't pay that much for vinyl. If I can get it out of the sleeve. I'm really familiar with this. I've had it on CD, and I've got the DVD as well. But it's great to see the artwork blown up. That would be a good thumbnail. Great to see the artwork blown up to 12-inch size. Not polyline sleeves, but I have polylined them myself, should we say. Pictures from the tour, lyrics. So we have the Trooper. I think that was that Moonchild. Can't remember. That was definitely on the seventh son of the seventh son inner sleeve. And the other one, live shot, fantastic live shot that, and again lyrics. And I can't remember what we have on this one. Here we go. Oh, okay, there we go. And was that the Infinite Dreams single from that came from the album that was released at the time, or the DVD that came out at the time. So I've only got 1 or 2 official Maiden releases to get on vinyl. Keep an eye on them. Hopefully I'll be able to show them as part of my collection in a future video. But there we go. I think I've droned on long enough. Nice to do a video again. I feel like I haven't done one for ages, and I feel like I'm falling over my words, but what the hell, I don't claim to be professional at this. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below. Let's chat in the comments. That's what I do this for, as I say all the time. See you again soon. Cheers.